Hi, friends. I'm jumping on to do a live because I'm pretty bored at the moment. So I don't know how this is going to go. Don't even know if people will show up because I know that today is the Last of Us day. And when Tyrone and I have done our In the Circle Club live streams during this time, it hasn't gone too well. There hasn't been too many people that have been up. Mind you, I think we did one when the Super Bowl was on. So that was a little bit silly of me. And I think maybe the other one might have been on The Last of Us time as well. So yeah, anyway, here I am. I'm bored. I want to chat to people, and I know I've got some friends that were chatting to me in the last one. Sorry about that. So I started a live and I accidentally clicked end broadcast, and I thought it was like not live yet. So I clicked it, double clicked it, like, yes, I'll do it. And it was end, not start. It had already started. So I know Drew, you were in there, and I think Lance was in there as well. So thank you for coming back. I had to restart my live stream. But anyway, I'm here now, so all is good. Hi, Michael. Hi, Tyler. Yeah, anyway, so I'm just jumping on a live. We can chat about whatever with boundaries there, but we can chat about like movies, music, whatever you guys want to chat about. I did put something up because I was like, what if I have no friends? What if nobody wants to come and talk to me? So I do have like a Marvel ranking thing if it gets a little bit boring. Hi, Riley, you naughty boy, get back to class. Anyway, yeah, so that's what I'm planning on doing, and just talking about, I guess, what I'm excited to watch soon, I guess. I don't know, soon this year, whatever, whenever. So my next thing that I'm going to be watching in the cinemas is Shazam next week. I have an early screener to go watch that. So officially seeing Creed. I'm jealous. I had an early screener for Creed and I turned it down because Jace was like, I don't want to watch boxing. Like, it's the same story over and over again. And I'm like, yeah, valid. But this is with Jonathan Majors and Michael B. Jordan. So it's like, come on. So I want to watch it for that reason. But I think I've only I don't even know if I have seen Creed 1. So maybe I'll have to go back and like watch 1 and 2 in order to watch the third. But I'm not I don't know. I just want to watch the third one. I'm not going to lie. Anyway, so yeah, that's cool that you're going to watch that. My next one, as I said, was Shazam. So I'm going to watch Shazam next. I have an early screener for that one and I'm excited. Not really excited for the movie. When I watched the trailer with Tyrone, it was like all over the show. So there was like dragons. I remember there was dragons. There was like multiverse portals and stuff going on. Oh, there was so much happening. And my brain was like, what? I can't concentrate on what the hell's going on. And I think what the hell was going on was that there was like the gods coming to like get revenge on the kids for taking the power. Or I don't know. It was so all over the show, and I'm not really looking forward to it, if I'm being honest. But I am looking forward to going to the movies and watching it early. Anyway, so that's what I'm up to next, movie wise. I'm trying to think what I'm watching after that. I'm not quite sure. Anyway, that's what I'm watching there. So I'm going to put this up. All right. Hopefully everybody can see that. Let me open a window so I can see it on mine. Oh, yeah. Cool. Cool. It does show up. I did it. I didn't end broadcast. Lol. Shazam. Oh, I should be putting these comments up. Sorry, guys. All right, here we go. Let's give you some love. There you go. Tyler, there's some love. Let's go. Drew, what's up? Let's go. Michael. Sorry, am I even allowed to call you by your first name on here, Michael? MLM. Let's give you some love too. There you go, Riley. Oh, you're sick. Oh no. Hope you feel better. Hope it's not COVID. I don't know why I said it like that, like excitedly. Sorry about that. Hope it's not COVID. Hope you're not sick for too long. Shazam looks wild, but hope it's fun. I mean, it looks fun. The first Shazam was really fun. Like, I don't know. I thought it was like immature, and I like that. So yeah, I enjoyed the first one, but this second one just looks like I don't know. They're a bit stuck with, hey, we're going to introduce Superman in the post-credit scene. Wait a minute, we don't even have a Superman currently, so we're not going to go there. So yeah, I think they're a little bit, I don't know, rushing it, I guess. Thank you. Hope posted you live on my community tab. Aw, thanks. Try and give me some love and some new subscribers. I've got heaps of new subscribers lately, so that's really, really cool. I'm really grateful for that. I'm almost at a year. So, well, this month will be a year. So, yeah, I'm really, really grateful because my goal for the year was to get 50 subscribers, 50. And I've got like, let me have a look. In the 674. So that is incredible. Like, I'm so thankful that more than 50 people at least want to talk to me. Like, I don't even know 50 people in real life, I don't reckon. Like, talk to frequently anyway. So yeah, the fact that I talk to 600 people, well, some of them might not listen, but that's fine. Anyway, Mike, my bestie. Hi. Yeah, I know it's really late there in the UK. Are you watched? Oh, I'll go into that later. Yeah, so it's really late in the UK. I didn't pick a very good time for most people probably, but my daughter's at kindy, so I can talk. I can do what I want. I'm free, kind of, for a little bit. Yeah, so it's a bad time for the people in the UK. They're heading to bed. And it's a bad time for people in the US, which are my two main watchers, viewers, audience, whatever you want to say, because I said before, The Last of Us is on soon. So, people are busy watching that, which is fair. I got an early screen into that, so I've already watched it. So I'm really happy. And yeah, I'll put my review up for that very soon as well. But yeah, thanks for jumping in, Mike. Love your work. Love you. It's not COVID, which is good. Good. Supporting channels, always good. And joining lives. That's good. We'll stay on mine, my darling. Lance, thank you. Am I allowed to call you by your first name? I'm not too sure. But anyway, thank you for dropping back in. I know you popped into the last one, but I failed that live stream because I'm a goose. This ranking will be interesting. I'll try to be nice. Yeah. Me too. All right. I'm going to open it on the other screen because I can't really see the pictures too well on it. So, Ant-Man 1. I liked Ant-Man 1. I'll put it in enjoyable because it was all right. I mean, to be fair, it was all right because of Paul Rudd. If Paul Rudd wasn't in, like, any of this, I wouldn't enjoy Ant-Man at all because as a character, I'm just like, meh. But Paul Rudd just brings that, like, really sarcastic sense of humor. I can't even think of any good lines now. All I can think of is I think maybe in Civil War, and he's like, he goes into Iron Man's suit, and Iron Man's like, oh, who's talking? Who's that speaking? Or something like that. And he's like, it's me, your conscience. We don't talk very often. Anyway, I like him. I like Paul Rudd. I think he's very funny, and I wouldn't like Ant-Man without Paul Rudd. I think that's where I'm going with that. Anyway, Ant-Man 2. I don't want to say not good, but maybe I should change that wording. Am I allowed to change that wording there? Can I change that? I'm not going to change it to shh, but I just wanted to see if I can do that. I'll put meh. Like, do you want to watch this movie? Meh. If it's on, I'll watch it. If it's not, I'm not going to put it on, whatever. Anyway, so I'm going to put Ant-Man and the Wasp in as meh because it wasn't terrible, but God, it was pretty boring. I got to say, I didn't really enjoy it. I did enjoy it. It was just meh. Avengers. Oh, I probably should have put like a really top tier. But anyway, Avengers is my first family. Like, I can't tell you how many times I've watched that movie. I love that movie. I love that little family. So that's, yeah, definitely the best. I wouldn't say my favorite movie out of like the MCU, but definitely one of, for sure, top 5. Yeah, top 5. too many to list. Age of Ultron. A lot of people gave this one slack, but you know what? I liked it. I feel like all of the Avengers movies are probably just going to be like the best. All of them. So a little bit biased about that. Sorry about that. Okay, I'm not even going to reply to that one. I'm going to block that one. Thank you for your... whatever. Thank you for your sausage. Bye. Avengers Age of Ultron. I loved Age of Ultron, so I'm going to put it up there. I mean, it's got my Wanda in it, and I don't know. She stole the light for me. So I'm going to put that in the best as well. Literally all of these Avenger ones are going to be in there. Sorry about that. Bit bias. Anyway, this is literally my favorite movie. So yeah, maybe not ever, but on par with my favorite movie ever. Infinity War. And you know what I noticed just now? Cap. Iron Man's mask is missing. I'd love to see, maybe, I don't know if I can open a new tab in this because it might not show it. But I'd love to see if the actual poster for the movie has him maskless, helmetless. I don't know what you want to say there. Because my one, he's got the helmet on. You guys probably can't even see it because it's super freaking tiny. But yeah, it's actually Iron Man there, not with the mask on. So yeah, interesting. Love to see what the difference is there. I mean, Endgame's good. Yeah, I mean, Endgame's fantastic. But Endgame's one that I don't like to rewatch, unlike Avengers, which I've watched thousands of times. Infinity War, probably the same. Endgame made me sad. Like the whole, and not just the end, obviously, but just, I don't know, I just felt sad throughout the whole thing. I was happy that, you know, we got the characters back and things, but geez, I just felt sad. And even watching it now, like I don't want to rewatch it and feel sad. Maybe you just have to be in the mood, and I'm not in the mood to be depressed. Maybe that's what it is. I don't know, but yeah, I'll put it in the best because it's a fantastic movie, obviously, but it's a movie that makes me sad, so I don't really like to rewatch it. My opinion on this one is a little bit, what do they call it, like a hot take, because I wasn't really a big fan of the Black Panther one. So I'm going to put it as enjoyable. I mean, to be fair, I probably could even put it in meh because I didn't enjoy it. Don't want to say I didn't enjoy it. It's a nice way to put it. It was really dark, like when I watched it, obviously, because you're in a theater and it's dark, the cinema's dark, whatever. But I don't know, just I specifically remember one scene, and they were in like the woods or in the forest or whatever you want to call it, and Black Panther's coming out. There's like all these trucks coming in, and he's like ready to pounce on them and attack them. And it was so dark that I literally couldn't even tell that he was there. Like the suit, obviously he's in a black suit and it's dark and it's nighttime and I'm in a cinema that's also dark, blah, blah, blah. So I get that. But I don't know, just the whole thing was just really dark. And I don't know. It's definitely not one of my favorite MCU movies, that's for sure. But obviously it was like a great origin story and things like that. But and I love the Black Panther as a character. And I think that the world of Wakanda is awesome and unique. But yeah, just that first movie, I was like, oh, eh. So I really, as I said, I really could put it in meh, but I won't. I'll leave it in enjoyable because it was. I've always seen Infinity poster with his helmet off. Really? Yeah, maybe. I don't know. Yeah, maybe it's an Aussie version. Here in Australia, we're on a budget. They're like, cover that shit up. Just put a mask on him or something. I don't know. I never noticed it until just now. And I was like, hold on a minute. That doesn't look like my poster. I mean, it is my poster, but it doesn't look like it. So yeah, I don't know why he's got the helmet off. I don't know. I mean, maybe it was made in China. Who knows? I'm not quite sure. Anyway, it's up there. He's got a mask on. So there we go. Hi, Norin. Thanks for jumping in. I'm totally comfortable with your list if Civil War is in the best. I mean, come on. Of course. As I said, I feel like anything that's got sort of Iron Man in it is probably going to be in the. Actually, that's not true because I didn't really enjoy Iron Man 3 at all. So that's not true. But anyway, yes, Civil War is definitely in the best. I will skip to that in a sec. Not in a sec. It's way down the list, but I'll get there. Thanks for jumping in, Norin, by the way. It's nice to see you. Tell me if you agree the Incredible Hulk is the most underrated movie. Oh, God. I don't know, Drew. I didn't really like, what's his name? Edward Norton. I wasn't really a fan of Edward Norton. So to be fair, I need to go back and rewatch that because after I watched Glass Onion, I was like, oh, this guy's fantastic. I like him. So I need to go back and give it like a fresh set of eyes and really watch The Incredible Hulk again. I mean, it's been a long time. What was it, 2008 or something? Let me Google it. Yeah, 2008. Like, come on, that was a long time ago. Yeah, I'm going to give that. I've got a list of things that I need to watch. And the first one is Warrior. I was in Mike's stream the other day, and this lovely lady who is now my friend was like, you guys need to watch Warrior. And I'm like, I've never heard of it. And then the other girl that was in the stream, who's also very lovely, Lisa, she got it up on her phone and she held it up to the screen. And all I saw was like Tom Hardy, shirtless, oiled up, like fit as fuck. And I was just like, okay, yep, sold. Don't care what the plot is. Don't care what happens. Don't care who else is in it. I'm sold. Tom Hardy. So anyway, so that's on my list, and not because of Tom Hardy. Like, they genuinely said that it's a really good movie, and everybody's doing the boxing thing at the moment with the Creed. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to jump on the bandwagon, but not the bandwagon of Creed, because that'll get very messy. I'm going way off topic here. Okay, I'm going to watch Warrior. That's my first thing that I'm going to watch. And then I will go back and watch The Incredible Hulk, I think. We'll see. Press the like button. Oh, thanks, Michael. Yeah, any love you give or anyone gives is amazing. Thank you. Hey, Mark's in Taco's in the house. Norrin, happy to be here. Awesome. You've never seen Warrior? No, I've never seen Warrior, but I'm gonna. I'm gonna. Yeah, so anyway, that's my plans for, well, not my plans for this week, but that's my plans of the next watch that I'm choosing to watch that isn't in a cinema and isn't streaming is going to be Warrior for sure. All right, let's get back to this because I'm getting distracted thinking of Tom Hardy. Black Widow, you know what? Meh. I'm sorry. It was too little, too late. And I feel like the only person that saved that movie is Yelena, however they pronounce it. That's how I say it, whatever. Yeah, I'm sorry, but I didn't enjoy it at all. And I love Scarlett. You know, she's hot. She's probably the hottest girl. Anyway, we're not going to go down that path either. But anyway, Scarlett Johansson is amazing. But no, even she couldn't save that movie for me. Question for everyone. Sorry, I'll put it up. There we go. Question for everyone. What's your favorite overlooked movie in actors' filmography? Whew, tongue-twisting words there. Favorite overlooked movie? I don't watch a lot of movies, do I? I don't know. Anyone else want to answer that in the comment section? Go right ahead. I'm getting back to this. I'll think about it, though. Captain America, the first one. I'm going to say enjoyable. I haven't watched it in a very long time, I got to say. Winter Soldier. I liked Winter Soldier for obvious reasons, Bucky, but whatevs. I really want to put that in the best because I really did like that movie. Did I like it more than the original? Yeah, I'm going to... again, I have to go back and rewatch some of this stuff. I'm going to say that I did. Civil War, I mean... Come on, Norrin. We all know the answer to that. Yes, that was fantastic. So much fun. Just that iconic scene, their fight scene was something else. You had, obviously, Cap versus Iron Man, Black Panther versus Bucky, and the emotion between the two, you know, like he thought that he killed his dad, and then to come full circle and to think that Wakanda gave him technology to replace his arm is just, just makes me so happy. I just want to cuddle myself. I love the MCU. I love when they tie things together. I love when they link everything up, and it just makes me feel really happy. Some of these things they don't do that with, to be fair, especially in Phase 4. Fucking the worst Phase ever, but whatevs. But yeah, I really like, you know, callbacks and yeah, how they link stuff in like that. So yeah, really cool. Do you think Deadpool 3 will be one of your top faves of 2024? I'm trying to think what else was coming out in that year. I mean, yes, let's just be blatantly real there. Hugh Jackman and Ryan Reynolds together again. I mean, it's going to be pretty hard to top that, isn't it? So I think it'll definitely be one of my favorite movies of the year for sure. But in saying that, I wasn't really a fan of Deadpool 2. So I don't know. They're going to have to, I mean, again, Hugh Jackman's going to be in there. So they've got lots to play off, and I don't know where they're going to go with it. But if they do like I don't know, mutant sort of stuff and introduce other characters, or if they're gonna like completely knock off Hugh Jackman's Wolverine, which I think they will do. Like he'll just be not a cameo, but I don't know, pass the baton on, I guess you could say, like to whoever's going to be the new Wolverine. Because let's be honest, he's not going to be the Wolverine. He's not. He can't be it forever. If they're going to include Wolverine in future MCU projects, it can't be Hugh Jackman. I mean, I want it to be. I can't look at anybody. It's like my Henry Cavill, right? You know, like everybody knows I've had my Henry Cavill goggles on for a very long time, and I just can't take them off because I feel so sad for the guy. And he is my Superman. Like when you look at him, he is in the physical sense, in the every sense. I can't even think of any senses right now. But anyway, whatever. I'm embarrassing myself. Point is, I think Henry Cavill is a perfect Superman, and I think Hugh Jackman is a perfect Wolverine. So it's going to be really hard to top them. It's going to be really hard to replace them. So I don't know. We'll see who can do it. Like people have chucked out names like Daniel Radcliffe, and I'm like, come on. And then the sorry, I can't remember his name, and I cannot pronounce it even if I did remember it. He was in The Kingsman, him, because he's short, and I'm like, I'm still not feeling it. So I don't know. And then there was some other guy's name. I can't remember his name, but he was more rugged looking. Anyway, there was lots of names thrown about, but to me, Wolverine will always be Hugh Jackman. So, don't know. Good luck replacing that. But yes, it would. I've gone off on a tangent. I'm sorry. To go back to the question, yes, I think it will be one of my favorite movies. I'm trying to think of what movies are coming out next year because all on my brain is Barbie. Like all I keep thinking about is this year. Like, oh, what's coming out this year? And I know that there is a lot of Marvel stuff coming out next year. So, actually, is it or is it 2025 when Kang Dynasty was? Because that was the first one, and then Secret Wars, wasn't it? I'd have to have a look, but I'm pretty sure it's 2024. Maybe it's 2025. Only God forgives. Okay. Well, you hooked me on Ryan Gosling. But yeah, I might have to check that out as well. I'll come back to the comments later because I don't have my paper to write my list down. I guess I could write on that, but anyway, yeah. I'll have to check that one out, Noreen. I think The Drop is a very overlooked film. Yeah. Well, that's another movie that they mentioned as well. When I said that I hadn't watched Warrior, I was going to say The Village, which I also need to watch. Somebody told me about watching horror movies, and I said, I don't do horror. And she's like, you should do The Village. So let me know what you guys think about The Village, because apparently that's a good scary movie. Not that I want to watch a scary movie, but anyway, somebody recommended that. So let me know if you guys have seen that and if I should watch that as a scary movie, if I decide to do that. But yeah, The Drop, yeah, they said that was pretty good too. Deadpool 3 is directed by the same guy as Free Guy. So if you like that, then maybe you'll enjoy it. I haven't watched it. No, I never watched that one. That's the gamer one, right? And he goes into like being a programmer or something with Ryan. I was going to say Ryan Reynolds. It is Ryan Reynolds. No, I was thinking of Ryan Gosling, but I said, yeah, Ryan Reynolds, right? That's the one with him. I'm pretty sure. I haven't watched it. Is it good? Here's a question for everyone. What's a movie you feel has the stupidest reason for people not liking it? Easy. Ant-Man and the Wasp, Quantumania. There is so much hate. And I'm sorry, Mike, I'm going to throw you under the bus again, but you know that I love you. But Mike was like, well, not just Mike, many people were like, it's worst MCU movie, blah, blah, blah. And their reasoning was just, I'm not saying specifically this person wasn't warranted, but it's like, what did you expect for the first movie in the first phase? And it's an Ant-Man movie. Like, how could you come out and expect Infinity War in phase 1, movie 1 of phase, let me rephrase that. How can you expect Infinity War as movie 1 of phase 5? How can you expect that? Like, that's really wrong expectations to have, in my opinion, especially when we've just come off phase 4, which was extremely poor with almost everything. Their movies, some of the series were okay, I guess. I shouldn't be so mean. But anyway, my point is it wasn't really a strong phase 4. It wasn't a very likable phase 4. So to expect phase 5 to just open with something as good as Infinity War, Endgame, Avengers, whatever, you can't expect that. Like, I never expected that. And I thought it was a really good introduction, I guess. I mean, we were already introduced to Kang previously in Loki, but it was a good introduction to Phase 5 and what's going to come in Phase 5 and how it will link up. So I thought it was good. And all I hear people complaining about is, oh, Kang was defeated by ants. Oh, please. These ants were like technologically advanced. I can't believe I said that correctly. They were like way advanced ants. They were like sent into the quantum realm into like a different area where they developed way quicker, and they literally said it in the movie. And so their technology was like way more advanced. Kang didn't have his full suit on. He didn't have his ship at full strength. Like, he wasn't his best he wasn't his strongest, I should say, in that movie. And I don't know, I just hear all the time that like, oh, Kang was defeated by ants. And I'm like, that is the poxiest excuse I've ever heard to not like that movie. But anyway, if you have other reasons for not liking that movie, let me know, because I'd love to hear them and I'd love to defend them. Anyway, Nightcrawler with Jake Gyllenhaal doesn't get enough love. Okay, haven't heard of it. Let's have a look. Nightcrawler. Looks a little bit scary. A conman desperate for work muscles into the world of LA crime and journalism. He blurs the line between an observer and a participant. Okay. Cool. I'm going to add more to my list. Great. Some of my picks are people calling Live Free or Die Hard bad because of the PG rating. People calling The Incredible Hulk bad because Edward Norton's playing. Sorry, Drew. I literally said that before, didn't I? But that is one of my reasons. I just couldn't. I don't know. He just looks like such a nice guy. My reasoning is going to be really, really poor. So you're going to hate me even more, Drew. And I'm sorry about that. But he just looks like not a guy that could become the Hulk. If that's, I don't know. That's a really poor excuse. But when I watched it, that I was like, oh, this sucks. Like, where's a big bad guy? And I'm not saying that Mark Ruffalo is a big bad guy, but I don't know. I can just picture him being sweet, but also intelligent and aggressive. And I don't know. Maybe that's a lame excuse, but whatever. That is my reasoning for not liking that Hulk. Or not liking it. I did like it, but it was meh. I think I put it in there. Did I? Nope. Let's fucking put it in there, because I don't even want to look at that anymore. There we go. Let's put him in meh. But my opinion might change on that when I watch it. People calling the Maze Runner bad because the ending isn't as good as the first 2/3. God, dude, I can't even remember what happened in the second Maze Runner. There was a third? Holy moly. Yeah, okay. No comment there, because I haven't even watched the third one. People calling The Dark Knight Rises bad because it isn't as good as The Dark Knight. Nah, I get a little bit defensive over that, because again, I thought that Tom Hardy was really, really good as Bane, and I'm a little bit biased because I really like Bane as a villain. So I really liked the second one. Not better than obviously The Dark Knight. I'm still passionate about it. I think it's a really good movie still. Forgot to mention people calling Wolverine bad because boring, when in reality you're trying to do character development. Yeah, it's hard to set things up. Yeah, it's difficult. But I mean, and everything's subjective. Do you know what I mean? So if people don't like that movie, or if people don't like Wolverine as a character even, like, good on them. That's totally on them. Everyone's different. Everyone's got their own opinions or whatever. So here's my opinion. I hated this freaking movie. And it might be biased because I don't like Brie Larson, but oh God, dude, this was crap. It was so crap. And even when we go in the shops now, like Chelsea, my daughter, she wants to buy anything superhero. If she sees a lunchbox and it's got anyone on it, she's like, oh, let's get Wonder Woman. Yeah, let's get it. Whatever, that's cool. But there was Captain Marvel stuff, and I was like, nah. Like, I don't even want to go there. No, child, we're not going to be her. So yeah, I'm not a fan of Captain Marvel. Am I a fan of seeing her in the Marvels this year? Nah. I'm mostly going to watch that for Kamala Khan, because I thought that she was adorable. Speaking of her, let's put her in. Miss Marvel. I'm going to put it there. And I've got reasons for putting it there, because I was really disappointed about that freaking second bracelet. I got really angry about it. I loved the family. I loved Kamala Khan's family, especially her mum is gorgeous. The dad was super sweet. The brother was funny. I loved them as a family unit. Oh, the grandma was sweet as too. Yeah, I love them as a family unit, but I just wasn't. I didn't like the villains. They weren't threatening at all, and just stupid little things that felt like filler things in the episodes, like when they were taken into custody and getting arrested and stuff like that. You literally could get out of that like that. Like, why are you even getting arrested for when you're going to break out and go to, like, on the train to Kamala's freaking hometown? Anyway, like, what? And how did they get there so quick? Like, they were in jail and Kamala's already left, and so much didn't make sense with it. And I don't like when things don't make sense. So the family held me together in Miss Marvel, but it was really, really good to see different cultures, like Pakistani culture and things like that represented on screen, because I don't see that often. And when I do, it's not in superhero things. So it was really nice to see that. But yeah, I put it in meh because the rest of the series was just meh. Captain Marvel suffered from inexperienced directors. You sound so fancy, Tyler. I'm just like, Captain Marvel sucks because of Brie Larson, which is very bad because Drew just said, oh, what are some reasons that you like things that you shouldn't like because of a poor excuse? And here I am just saying because I don't like the girl. But anyway, Miss Marvel was the best. Oh, well, that's good. I'm glad you enjoyed it. What else do we have here? Only because Doctor Strange 1. Sorry, I should probably say it for people who are just listening and not watching. Doctor Strange 1, I didn't, and still to this day I get confused with it all, but I didn't like the whole portals and the multiverse, and I don't know, I never got into the whole, doing these things, and sorry, probably shouldn't do that. But anyway, I wasn't a fan of Doctor Strange 1. Sorry, it's in my meh pile. Mike. Mike. Get out of my freaking live. Let's go to it. Hey, fuck it. Where is it? On the bottom. Love and Thunder. There we go. How can you miss it? Look at the colors on Ragnarok. Hey, like, look how gorgeous that is. And you look at that and you think, yes, we're gonna get it again. Taika's really gonna blow us out of the water, and look at what we got. Fucking terrible. Anyway, so let's put this in fucking terrible. I should actually change that. I'll probably get in trouble. Let's go fucking. And I can't get in trouble. Fucking. I don't know. Something like that. Let's do it like that so I don't get in any trouble. Anyway, that movie deserves a effing terrible rating because, I'm sorry. You can do funny and you can do serious. You can mix them together if you're very good. But if you bring up such a sensitive topic like cancer and just take the piss out of it in every opportunity that you get, it's just dumb. And they're like, oh, we want to, keep Jane alive by sending her to, what was it, Valhalla or something like that, like the afterlife. Why? Didn't she not want to be like in this thing anymore? I don't understand, and it's so frustrating. I just wish she had have died and we could have had like a proper grief scene instead of her being like, oh, I found a name for the hammer, or some dumb shit that she said when she was dying, and we don't even hear what the freaking name is. Like, she doesn't even say the joke. How can we even determine if it's funny or not, which it probably wasn't, to be fair? How will we ever know if we never freaking heard it? It's just not funny. It was just dumb. Ugh, so many things wrong with it. But anyway, we're not going there again, Mike. I'm so sorry. You disappointed me, Jamie. No, I haven't. You love me. Who do you think is the worst? Oh, I'm gonna leave this, Drew. I'll leave it up for people to answer. But yep, I haven't watched them for ages. I hate you. Get out of my live. You said on Z Talks you wanted the Screaming Goat 3D live. You know what I did want, actually? There was a Hulk one, and it was Hulk's face. And I was like, I don't want that, because I saw somewhere else, and they don't have them anymore, the Hulk's, like, I don't know, fists and they were like smashing, like Hulk smash, and they lit up, kind of like my other ones, which aren't lit up at the moment. But I wanted the fists. I wanted Hulk's fists on my wall. So anyway, I didn't get them, and the alternative was a Hulk face, and it looked terrible. It looked so cheesy and creepy kind of as well. I'll see if I can find a photo and send it to you, Mike, because yeah, it was gross. Anyway, no, I don't want creepy Hulk on my wall, and I don't want 3D goats on my wall. If you enjoyed them goats, anybody that's listening to me, the whole like 3 of you, then where was I going with that? Let me know if you liked the screaming goats, because I thought that was so freaking annoying. I was really bummed with them. I was like, okay, the first time's not funny anyway, but the first time, okay, we got it. Goats, cool. And then it kept going, and it was like, oh, fuck. I shouldn't say that. I want to kill a goat. I want to eat a goat. I want to go home and have some lamb now, you know? Anyway, whatever. That didn't make any sense anyway. All right, let's move on. All right. Not your one, Drew. Sorry, I was reading something else. Have I seen 8 Mile? Yes. I love Eminem. Do you like Eminem, Drew? Let me know what your favorite Eminem song is. Oh, my God. I'm going to sit and think about my favorite. I don't even need to think. My favorite Eminem song is Stan. And I know that's super mainstream, but lyrically, that is like the greatest. Like, it is one of the greatest songs. But Eminem has these songs where you got to be in the mood, you know, like you're either in a really pumped up, like I want to take on, like be aggressive and take on everybody mood. Or he's got these inspiring moods, you know, I can't even think of ones. Not Afraid, for example. And then he's got the silly ones, you know, like Big Weenie and just dumb stuff, you know, Rap God, and just silly ones that you're just like, this is dumb, but I'm going to sing along to it anyway. But my favorite ones are his diss songs. So Mariah Carey came out, I don't know why, she thought she was so ballsy and came out and made a song called Obsessed. I don't know if you know, it's very old, so who cares? I like the song, not gonna lie. And in the film clip, there is a guy who supposed to look like Eminem. He's a rapper, white rapper, blah, blah, blah. They say stuff like, will the real Slim Shady please stand up? Or will the real MC please stand up? Or something like that. They're trying to take the piss out of Eminem, right? And then he comes out with this diss song called The Warning. I don't even know if you can find it anywhere. I don't even know where I found it. I don't think it's on YouTube. Actually, I'll have a look because it's fantastic. Like, he just owns her, like completely owns her. She basically says that she didn't ever sleep with him. She's embarrassed that she slept with him because she did. Who wouldn't? Anyway, so she's embarrassed by that. And he's like, yeah, we did. Like more than once too, bitch. Anyway, he fully owns her in this song. I'll get the lyrics up. I'll see if it's on YouTube first. It's a really, really smart song. Like lyrically, there's no coming back from that. She is just gone. I mean, she's a great musician, awesome set of lungs on her, but yeah, maybe steer clear from Eminem. Oh yeah, The Warning. Yeah, okay. So it is on there. Obviously, there's no film clip because, you know, it's just a diss track or whatever. It went 13 years ago. Holy moly. I feel bad for even encouraging people to listen to that. But if you want to hear a really badass freaking song that totally just owns this girl who thought she was so cocky, coming out and like fighting this guy, like who shames people like that? Who comes out and is like, I didn't sleep with you. Shut up. Who cares if you did? Like, move on. Like, go sing Christmas carols or something. Sorry, I get a bit defensive over Eminem. Anyway, let me know in the comments what your favorite song is, Drew. I've gone on way too long there. I'll come back to Don't Worry, Darling, though, after I laugh at Tyler for wanting Hulk fists. Yeah, sorry about that. I tried to move on as quickly as I could from that. Embarrassing, but whatever. I can only imagine how different of an artist Eminem would have been if he hadn't had children. That's my thing. Like the whole daddy side of him, you know, like Mockingbird and Haley's song. Haley's song is like, again, one of the most beautiful things. The fact that he even sings to her is, oh, my heart. Anyway, so yeah, anyway, I just think there's certain moods, like, you know, he can do so much. His range has he doesn't have much range, let's be honest. He just raps, but the type of songs that he does are for types of moods that you have, and he's very relatable in that sense. And I think he's a really inspiring dude that's come from like a shitty background, who's just turned out to be this like mega star who everybody told him like you couldn't do it. Everybody told him you're shit. And look at him. You know, he's a dad. He's fantastic. I don't know. I just think I really like him. I think he's inspiring. Yo, Tyler. You guys need to, Tyler, you need to like be sick one day so you can jump on Mike's stream, specifically this week when I'm on Mike's stream. But anyway, let's get back to this. I'm talking about Eminem too much, and now I'm talking about Mike's stream. Sorry, Mike, giving you some love. Whoop, whoop. All right, here we go. I'm not going to say it's the best, even though she is. Let's be real. Yeah, Multiverse of Madness. This was another movie that copped a bit of hate, Drew. People said it was shit. I don't think it was. I'm trying to think of the reasons why, apart from Wanda being in it, why it's not shit. But I enjoyed that movie, and that movie has one of my favorite lines ever from the MCU in it. So I'm a little bit biased because Wanda's in it and because it's got that. But I enjoyed this one way more than Doctor Strange 1. You know, like, you know how I said I don't like these whole portal opening things. I don't know. I grew to like it. And that's probably because we've also seen Doctor Strange in a range of MCU movies since that first one. So that introduction to him, I was just like, you know, I didn't really care for it. But obviously seeing him in other movies, I've grown to like Doctor Strange. And I did enjoy Doctor Strange too. You would rank Captain Marvel low too, right, Sin? I was just talking you up earlier too. I was like, I'm going to watch Warrior this weekend because of Sin. So yeah, thank you for that. It's definitely on my list. I'm definitely going to watch it this weekend for sure. Absolutely. I just got a comment that said head. So I was like, okay. Anyway, that was a typo, whatever. Final comment from me before you head to bed. Yes, you should have been gone like ages ago. I was telling you, please fuck off. Stop talking about goats. No, but seriously, cool to see you do a stream. You've missed your bi-weekly ones. No, you know what? The reason why I haven't, well, to be fair, I've been a little bit burnt out because I've been on a lot of people's streams lately. So I was like, I do Tyrone streams, and then on Thursday I jump on with Movie Lovers Unite with my friend John and his little panel that he's got going on, and we've been doing The Last of Us. And then Fridays, what have I done on Friday? Oh, Friday, which is your Thursday, I've been on yours, Mike. So I feel like if I were to jump on my own stream as well with Mike, it'd be like, well, I just saw you guys yesterday. Like, why do I want to see you again today? To be fair, they probably do want to see you again, Mike, but maybe not so much me 2 days in a row. So I've sort of left my weekly my bi-weekly live streams. Oh my God. Oh, my tongue twisters lately. I did a review yesterday, right, of I got early screeners for Gotham Knights, the series. And I was trying to be really fancy when I was doing my review with the company. So not my own personal review, which will come up, but with the company that I do the screeners for. And I was trying to be like really fancy and artistic with my words, artistic, creative. I don't know what you want to call it. Anyway, I was trying to be fancy. And I think the words that I used were Caped Crusader's corpse. And when I was saying it in my review, because obviously I'm trying not to read because I don't want to feel like a robot. So I was like, the Caped Crusader's corpse. And I just like fumbled every single time that I tried to say it. It was like the worst thing. And I ended up just going, ugh! And I made it into a short, which I didn't put up because I'm embarrassed. But I was really angry at myself because I was like, if you can't say it, don't fucking write it. Like, don't put it in this review to say to these people where you're trying to look professional and like professional if you can't even speak, woman. So anyway, I don't even know why I shared that. But anyway, fun fact. There you go. Jamie's an idiot. Lots of love in the comments for each other. Hi, Sin. Hi, Mike. Blah, blah, blah. Love you guys. Love you too. Not really saying that, but whatever. Nice. Let me know what you think about it. Curious to know your thoughts. I mean, a lot of people, especially in the comments here, have said that it's really good. So you talked it up, and Lisa watched it after you said, after you told us to watch it. Lisa's already watched it. Lisa doesn't have a 3-year-old child. Sorry about that. Yeah, my daughter prevents me from watching things as quickly as other people, but I definitely will watch it, and I'll definitely let you know what I thought about it. editing the watch party video I had with D Movie Man. That's tedious stuff, but it's still fun. Oh, I hate editing. That's why I love live so much because yeah, there's no editing. You just jump on, you chat. I mean, if you stuff up like I did a million times, like literally today, I stuffed up the whole live. I had to restart the whole live. Anyway, if you stuff up, it's there. Can't take it off. Can't go back. If you say Caped Crusader's corpse, fuck it up, it's there. Can't edit it out now. So anyway, fun times. Oh yes, Tyler will be doing a live soon on his stream. Oh, you did it in a really bad time, Tyler, because that's when The Last of Us comes out. But anyway, just saying, maybe you should do it an hour later. But anyway, in an hour, Tyler is doing a live and he's going to be talking some VFX stuff. I don't know how I can plug it any nicer than that. I don't know VFX stuff. Anyway, did not know sweet that Lisa saw it yet. Yeah, she has, and I think she liked it. I didn't see the review yet, but yeah, I'm really happy. Anyway, I'm getting back to this. Oh my gosh, I've got a lot to go through. I'm just going to start just like plucking them in because I want to get out before The Last of Us starts. Not that it matters because I've already watched it, but I want to put my review up right on time. So the Eternals was shit. Literally cannot even. I'm trying to think if I can remember a character. Gorilla Mo or something like that. And Thena, wasn't it? Angelina Jolie's character, Thena? I don't know. Anyway, there was like 2 characters that I enjoyed out of that. Did not like the Eternals at all. I think it's the worst MCU movie that there is, if I'm being honest there. Didn't enjoy it. Way too many characters, way too much for us to enjoy like that. You got to build up to that shit. You can't just throw that on us. And it was terrible. I'm sorry, but it was. Falcon and the Winter Soldier, I liked it. I really did. I enjoyed that series. Oh man, this is probably my second favorite MCU movie, I would say. Is that fair? Yep, that's fair. Can I even place them in order? Yeah, I can. Cool. All right, let's do it like that. There we go. Infinity War, Guardians, and then Avengers. The rest I'm just going to leave because I don't want to. Actually, no. Fuck it. I'm going to put it. Anyway, sorry, I'm distracting. Anyway, so I love Guardians. Avengers were my first family. They're the first family in the MCU that I loved. But the Guardians are just these beautiful, mismatched, quirky characters that I love. I love every single one of them. And I know I'm going to be super emotional this year, actually, it comes out, doesn't it? In Guardians 3, because a lot of them are going to die. Not a lot of them, but someone's going to die. Is this the most up to date on that site? If so, do you have the link? I might do something like this one day. Yeah, this site is so cool. I can't show you now because I'm in a thing, but it's got so many different things that you can use. Like I clicked on one and it was actors and it was like DILFs, like dads that you want to whatever, and actor guys. And then there was like hottest active women, and like there's different categories of everything. There's like best video game or best cartoon or best albums of whatever. So yeah, it's really cool. You can rank lots of things or you can create your own, which is awesome. So I just jumped on this because I thought, God, if I have no friends that jump on my live to chat to me about anything, because like you guys could talk to me about anything, not just the MCU. I thought, far out, I need something for people to look at because they don't want to look at me. And what am I going to do? Like, I'm going to sit there bored, like talking to myself, which to be fair, I do a lot of the time anyway. But whatever, you'd rank Winter Soldier right up the top 2. It's your favorite, really? Wow. Okay. Big call. Cool. That's just a bias thing there. That's completely biased, let's be honest. I just told you I love this family, so that's why it's the best. It wasn't as good as the first one, not going to lie, but there was amazing things in it. Yeah, that's a biased one. I know that is, but whatever. I'm leaving it. Iron Man 1. I'm sorry, but actually, okay. I'm going to leave it as enjoyable because I think that I'm a little bit biased with that because Iron Man's my favorite character in the MCU. So yeah, I think I'm being a little bit, I think if I were to go back and rewatch Iron Man, I would be like, wow, this wasn't as good as I expected it as when I first watched it. But that definitely was the start for my love for Iron Man, that's for sure. Iron Man 2. Okay, I'm going to change it. I can't have Iron Man 2 there and, Iron Man 1 be on the same page. Nah. Yeah, I did like the villain in Iron Man 2. Iron Man 3 sucked. I mean, I love Iron Man, but oh my God. I kind of want to even put it in terrible. Like, I will put it in terrible. Fuck it. I don't care. Fight me. I didn't like it. I did not like the villain. I did not like Pepper in it. Oh, I didn't like it. Anyway, I'm going to keep skipping through. Sorry. Loki. I'm going to say enjoyable. The only reason why I think it's the best WandaVision and then Loki was the best series of last year, but I'm just going to put it in enjoyable because I was like confused with all the time travel, time jump, time, all the time things. It was a bit confusing to me. In saying that, I loved it, and I loved Kang in this. Like, I know I really talk about Kang because of Quantumania, but in this, he was like quirky. He made fun of himself. Just little things like he does at one point there, he makes them tea, right? He takes them and he goes, come into my office or something like this. And he takes them in the elevator and he makes them tea. And so he pours one and he's like, Loki? And then he pours another one and he goes, like, looks really, just this expression is so beautiful. And he's like, Loki? And it just makes me laugh because obviously they're both Lokis, and just the way that he acknowledged that was kind of funny. Yeah, and he makes fun of so many things in that, he makes fun of his own nose, and these are really dumb things that I'm saying that I like Loki for, but not Loki, Kang. But anyway, he was a very quirky character, and I really liked seeing sort of the lesser and the fun side of Kang, who was warning us of like, shit, you don't know what's to come. Like, if you kill me, good luck, because you're going to need it. And I liked that. I liked that he was that sort of fun, quirky character. Anyway, Moon Knight. Ugh. All right. I've got a love-hate relationship with Moon Knight because I did like it. I loved Oscar Isaac. I thought he was fucking phenomenal in it. Like, phenomenal in it. But I was really bummed when we got to, I think, episode 3. Maybe it was 4. The pacing of it was so messed up. Like, we're introduced to Steven and then we're introduced to Mark. We never ever meet Jake, for God's sake, and that pissed me off. I mean, we meet him in 2 minutes at the end of the post-credit scene, but whatever. And yeah, just the pacing of it was really, really bad. I would have liked to have seen the 3 different characters spread out across the whole entire series. And also, I was really annoyed with like the fact that suddenly we get this, I can't even remember the girl's name, to be honest with it. Was it Layla or Lila? Something like that. Anyway, the girl that he was with, I think it was Layla, just becomes a superhero. And that's really fucking cool that there's women superheroes out there, but it was so sudden. And there was this girl on the side who was like, oh, are you, I can't even remember what the god's name was, but whatever her name was, and she's looking like Falcon with her wings out. I was just like, this is, what? Where did this come from? Like, it was just so off topic, and I really just wanted to stick to the 3 characters, and I didn't get the 3 characters. Instead, I got her. And the fight scene was just so underwhelming. Like, when there were these giant freaking avatars, that was terrible. It was so terrible. So I liked Moon Knight, but I was really disappointed with so much of it. Anyway, yeah. I liked Shang-Chi. I mean, enjoyable, but out of the 3, I'm going to say that's my least favorite. Homecoming. That's what it was called, right? I did like this one. I wish I could. No, I'm not going to rank them. Fuck it. And obviously, I'm just going to say enjoyable, because I feel like if we didn't have that sort of nostalgia factor of them coming back, actually, is it good? Was it good? It probably was good. I'm probably just being picky there. No, I'll leave it. I'll stick with my gut. They were all good, but are they better than the Avengers? Are they better than Captain America? Are they better than Guardians? I don't know. Thor 1. Yeah, Thor 1 was all right. Thor 2 was not. Let's go. Fuck it. This is my thoughts. I don't care. I don't have to justify anything, and I don't have to be nice. Okay, I do what I want. I loved Ragnarok. I'm sorry. I'm chucking that right up the top here because that was the funniest shit that I've seen in a while. I really loved Ragnarok. Not in a while, but it was funny. Okay, call me biased. Don't care. I don't care. I don't have to justify myself at all, but that I really enjoyed that series. I really enjoy seeing a character grieve. I don't think that we see that often enough in the MCU, characters that are completely broken. And this woman, I know I defend her a lot, but she is completely broken. She lost her parents, she lost her brother, she lost Vision, like the one person who truly loved her. And man, she's broken, and then they go and take her fake kids. Fuck, don't come at me with that argument, please. I'll fight you. But anyway, I think she's a very broken woman, and I really like seeing that and seeing her. She still tried to fight for good. She still tried to help. And now she's at, I guess, her lot. Well, maybe not now. Actually, anyway, we'll see what she's up to now. But in Agatha. But yeah, I really like seeing this broken woman because we don't see it often in the MCU. So whatevs. What if? I'm sorry. What if was just meh to me. If it's on, I'll watch it, but I won't go back and rewatch it. And I can't believe it got a second series. There's a What If 2 coming out. I think maybe this year, later this year, if it is. It might even be next year. A lot of people gave this one hate. So many people gave this one hate. I enjoyed Hawkeye. Hawkeye is not a character that I've ever enjoyed. I always find Jeremy Renner, and I feel bad saying this because I know he was just in an accident, but I find him bland. I do. I think his acting is just meh. I should put him in the meh file. But anyway, yeah, so I'm not really a big fan of him. And then in this series, he had an opportunity to shine that I haven't seen him shine before. When the spotlight was just on him, I was like, wow, okay, he is funny. Wow, okay, he can act. So I really enjoyed Hawkeye. And what's her name? Kate Bishop. She's going to be in the Young Avengers, right? I liked her too, mind you. I like her for other reasons because I loved her in Pitch Perfect, but whatever. All right, this is fairly obvious. I'm going to skip through this one. She was terrible. That was terrible. The end. Werewolf by Night. Now, look, I'm putting that here. I wasn't ever going to watch that at all. I'm pretty sure one of my friends on YouTube was like, oh, I'm going to watch this one. And I think I watched the trailer for him and I hated it. I was like, that's definitely not a movie for me, blah, 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 blah. And then I gave it a shot because it was Halloween. Well, it wasn't on Halloween, but it was around Halloween time. And I thought, you know what? I'm going to watch something that's scary, I guess. And the least scary thing that I could think of was something from Marvel. So I decided to watch Werewolf by Night, and holy crap, I loved it. I loved it. I thought it was really, really good. It was really refreshing to see something so different that didn't. I know all the time I talk about linking things in and things like that, but this was just like a special edition, a one-off, which probably isn't going to be one-off now because they're going to link it into things now. But I really liked it. I didn't expect to like it, and I really, really did. And it was really short too. And I think that's really important when you're introducing something, that you don't just drag it on and on and on, like they did with the channels. But anyway, we're not going back there. So Werewolf by Night, I thought it was really, really good. I enjoyed it. Wakanda Forever. I'm going to put enjoyable. I would say the best of last year, but not the best MCU movie. But definitely, I think I've talked about this a lot on my channel so far, so I'm not going to harp on about it. But yeah, I really enjoyed Namor. It's really hard to bounce back and replace Chadwick, but I think they did a great job. Again, I really like seeing grief in, not just grief. I shouldn't say it like that because it makes me sound like a fucking weirdo, but I like seeing things that are relatable in these MCU movies, because often we see things like, superheroes, and which I guess is what it's all about. But, just people saving the world and ordinary people that can do these amazing things. But they don't like to touch on, or they don't often touch on things that actually mean something to people. For example, with Wanda, losing her children, losing her husband, things like this. They're things that are relatable. They're things that happen in real life. And, yeah, Wakanda Forever, unfortunately had to deal with that in real life. And I think that the way they twisted it into the movie to deal with that grief, they handled it really, really well. I thought it was really respectful. It wasn't drawn out. And that is one of the things that made that movie, like, that gave so much respect to that movie from me. I gave that movie so much respect for the way that they dealt with grief. Is that the way to word it? That's how I'm wording it. Anyway, so Wakanda Forever was good. Oh, I mean, I'm not going to say it was the best, but I loved this. I was born Christmas Eve, so I'm already biased because Christmas time, or December in general, is my time. Like, that whole month is my month. I get all the attention. I get presents. Everything leads up to my birthday. And I know that sounds very freaking selfish, but it's just the way the world works. I'm sorry. So Christmas time is a really special time in my life, in my house. And so I knew from the start that I was going to love this, and I did. I really did. And I liked that it wasn't all about Star-Lord, you know, like, what's his face? I was going to say Peter, but Chris Pratt. Peter Pratt. I don't know where that came from. Maybe I was thinking of Spider-Man, but anyway, Chris Pratt. I liked that Chris Pratt wasn't the star of the show. Do you know what I mean? We got to see Mantis and Drax have a little bit more shine, and I liked it. I thought that was really, really awesome to see them have the center stage for a little bit. So it was really good, really funny too, and yeah, just super cute. All of the Christmassy stuff was so cute. I loved it. So I'm gonna put it in enjoyable, but most people just think meh because it's, you know, just a one-off thing. But whatevs. Even though this was beautiful, okay, I'm putting it in a meh because I probably won't watch it again unless my daughter wants to. And I did watch it with my daughter, and she loved it. She thought it. I mean, she likes Groot in general, so that's there. But there was a scene there, and he was in like the pajamas, and she's so cute. The way that she says it is just really adorable. She's like, "Oh, baby Groot's in jammers." And he was in pajamas. So very cute. And it's definitely a show that you can watch with kids, you know, just cute animation. And I really enjoyed it. But will I go back and watch it again? Yeah, probably not. Oh, comments. Cool. I like Wanda. Me too. I love her. She's my favorite. In WandaVision, I did not get the sense that she was even fully aware of what she was doing to her town. She wasn't. Anytime she started to remember, she shut off her memories. Exactly. But that's what I'm trying to say, is that that's how people deal with real life. You know, like we shut it out. We don't want to deal with grief. We don't want to deal with the fact that, you know, these bad things are happening. And I know with me, one of the reasons why I watch film and TV is because I want to either escape real life or I want to be invested in something that isn't my real life. For example, you know, people that are killing people, for example. I'm never going to do that. I'll never experience that. But God, do I want to see Homelander do it? Do you know what I mean? Like, I want to see him burn the fuck out of someone. Anyways, my point is, Jesus. My point is, I like seeing them take on real things and deal with serious things, which is what I really kind of was hoping that Thor Love and Thunder would do when they dealt with the cancer thing. I was like, that is so relatable. Everybody knows somebody that has had cancer at some stage in their life, whether it be a cousin, a brother, a neighbor. You know somebody that's had it. So that's such a relatable topic, and they just took the piss out of it. So I was very disappointed. But when they do things like Wakanda Forever and they deal with grief, or they deal with death, or they deal with any serious topic in a serious way that's actually good, I appreciate that. I think it's really good. She was doing a bad thing. It was more subconscious than anything else. Exactly. Some critics acted like she knew what she was doing when she was in the middle of it all. I disagree. No. Yeah. She didn't know. Nah, she was just blocking it all out. And she just wanted, that's all she wants, literally. She just wants a family. Do you know what I mean? So, and she was creating that in her head. And I don't know. I'm biased because she's my favorite. And again, a family. That's something that doesn't get brought up too much. I think I'm wrong there because technically Iron Man had a family and so did Ant-Man. But female-wise, let me think of the superheroes that are female that have families. Black Widow can't. Miss Marvel technically did, but, you know, that's different because she's a child. Yeah. Wanda is the first one that's, like, wanted to have a family. I might backtrack on that later. My brain's thinking into overdrive of who the female superheroes are, but in Marvel anyway. I should just look at the screen, right? Yeah, She-Hulk didn't want to bar anything. She's just like, I'm going to do my own thing and be a lawyer, even though I didn't do any lawyer stuff at all. But anyway, she didn't want kids or a family. Who else do we have there? Not really many, hey? Yeah. All right. I'm just leaving it at that. Wanda wanted a family. And then that, again, is something that's super relatable, to want love, to want children. I can totally relate to her. I think that's why I love her so much. You appreciated how Wakanda Forever handled the subject matter of loss. Yes, see, that's what I was saying. It's very emotional and impactful for me. So despite its issues, I did like the film overall. Yeah, same. I think that the way that they handled that, emotional, like holy shit, like literally from the start, I cried almost all the way through. Like, I mean, there was a bit of action in the middle there where I probably wasn't crying, but I was sad like the whole time because all I kept thinking about was, yeah, death. And I don't know, maybe it hit so hard because obviously he died in real life, I don't know, but just little things, like when they were sitting around the campfire and she said something about throwing the blanket onto the fire or whatever, which is their ceremony, I guess. And she didn't want to do that. She was angry and she couldn't grieve. And I loved that. I love seeing Shuri in that state of anger, whereas the mum had Queen Ramonda had not moved on, but she'd accepted her grief. And she was still hurt, obviously, but just the way that she spoke to the parliament people who had attacked her fucking country, like her world, they'd come into her, her, let's say world, they came into her world and they attacked her or her people, and she was just so peaceful about it. She was so calm. And yeah, I just loved that she had so much compassion and so much mercy to people who were violent to her people, to people who wanted to steal from her. And yet she's a woman who literally just had her son die. It just amazes me that, yeah, they dealt with the grief, but they also dealt with the strength and how people deal with death. And I liked that too. So yeah, I'm really glad that you agree. You passed on She-Hulk? Good. Don't watch it ever. It's fucking terrible. Marvel screen opening logo with no sound at all. Exactly. My point exactly. I just cried and cried and cried. Thankfully, at that point in time, the whole place was silent. Like, I mean, our cinema was fucking dead silent, not a peep. So here's me. I'm a really ugly crier and I'm a really loud crier. Like, I don't know. You'll have to go back and watch one of my Stranger Things videos where I cried a lot. All the Walking Dead ones as well. And when I cry, it's not just like, like you wipe your fucking tears off. Nah, I'm like, I just hyperventilate and I'm dramatic as fuck. So I was really doing my best to not be like that in that moment, out of respect, not just for the movie, but out of respect for everybody else in the cinema, because that was so deep and amazing. Gives me goosebumps just thinking about it. Yeah. Again, yeah, cried at the start, cried at the end. Very emotional. Last two comments were about Wakanda Forever, not She-Hulk. Yeah, well, I cried in She-Hulk as well. I cried at the start all the way through to the end because I'm like, why am I watching this shit? Why am I watching this shit? It was so bad. And I just kept watching thinking, this is going to get better. This is going to get so good. Like, we're going to come in at the end and Matt Murdock's going to come and like fucking blow shit up and be so cool. No, Matt Murdock came, did the walk of shame and fucked on out of our life, and not happy. Anyway, my point is I cried in She-Hulk as well because it was so terrible that I was like, what am I doing with my life? Why am I wasting my life away with this shit? Anyway, I'm going back to this so I can just stop whinging, which is what I'm going to do if I talk about She-Hulk. I'm going to put it in this. We've talked about it already at the start of the episode, start of this live. Sorry, I've gone on quite a long time now, and I really need to get going because I'm going to need to do the Last of Us video, put it up. Anyway, Quantumania, I really enjoyed it. I think it was a good introduction to Phase 5. I hope that's it with Ant-Man now. I hope they don't keep trying to do more Ant-Man movies. That was enough for me. But yeah, I thought it was a good introduction. Why torture yourself like that? I don't know. I clearly am a woman that enjoys a lot of pain, but yeah, I don't know why I did that. I think because I've got the fear. do they call it FOMO, fear of missing out or something like that? I'm scared that if I don't watch an MCU project that things won't link in. Like I'll be like, oh, but wait a minute, wasn't this person doing this before? Or where's Spider-Man in all this? Or I don't know, whatever it might be. And I get a little bit lost. And there's so much, to be fair, there's a lot going on with different characters. And then when you include the multiverse into things, you've got them characters doing God knows what in God knows what universe. You know what I mean? Doctor Strange, for example, you've got the mutants coming in, and Earth 638, was it 648? I can't even remember. But anyway, 818, I don't know, whatever. But you've got all these different characters, and they're all doing different things. So I feel like if I didn't watch one, I could get lost in what happens. And I don't just want to watch a YouTube video and be like, oh yeah, this person said that they did that. I want to experience it myself. I want to know, is this shit? Is it good? I want to have my opinion based on what I see, not on what other people say this is good or this is terrible, because obviously everything's subjective. We all know that. But yeah, so I feel like if I don't watch an MCU project, that I'm going to miss out. So I try and watch everything, even if it's terrible. For example, She-Hulk, which was, if there's a She-Hulk season 2, am I going to watch it? Yeah, straight up. I'm not going to lie and spit lies and say that I'm not going to watch it, because I am. It was terrible. The second one, if there is a second one, which God, let's fucking hope not, it's going to be terrible too. I'm sure of it, but I'm still going to watch it because I don't want to miss out on anything. Anyway, I'm gonna take that off. I finished my list, and now I am going to do I'm going to put The Last of Us video up. So if you are, actually, I should be very specific about that. Go watch The Last of Us episode 8 and then come back to my channel, because I'll have a review up by then of The Last of Us episode 8 and what I thought about that episode. And then what else do I have coming up on my channel? I'm going to see Shazam soon, so I'll have a review up for that. And I will be watching this weekend Warrior. So hopefully I'll be able to do a review for that as well. Oh, and I did the actually, I'm not allowed to say that. Anyway, I watched Gotham Knights, the series, as an early screener, which I've already talked about, but I'm pretty sure that I'm allowed to put that up now on my channel. So yeah, look out for that as well if you want to check out the CW's version of Gotham Knights. So lots of things coming up on my channel. Yeah, if you guys, thank you to everybody that, by the way, that was in my live. I hope I put all of your comments up so that you can get some love. And if anyone's watching after the fact, please go back and subscribe to every single one of these people, because all of them, I'm pretty sure, have YouTube channels or are content creators and are trying to grow. So yeah, go back in the comments and subscribe to all of those beautiful guys and ladies as well. And yeah, you've learned to be a bit choosy. Yeah, I mean, time is of the essence. That's what I find. Like my 3-year-old, it's really hard to be a mum, a housewife, and do life, and still try and do content on YouTube. You know what I mean? Like I've got a 3-year-old hanging off my leg. Like as soon as the camera's on, she's like, wants to be on the camera. So yeah, it's really hard to sort of do stuff like that and make content and things, let alone, sit down and watch a movie in complete peace. That doesn't happen often. And when it does, it's like 9 o'clock at night. And at 9 o'clock at night, I want to go to bed because I've had a massive day. So yeah, it's very time consuming. I get it. And I can see why you would be picky about those sort of things. Great live stream. Looking forward to your thoughts on Warrior. Awesome. Bye. Thanks for jumping in. And thank you to everybody that has jumped into my live. As I've said, go back and subscribe to all these people. And thank you anyway for jumping on, because I didn't think I'd have any friends, which is why I jumped on the tier thing, because I was a bit worried that nobody would jump on, but lots of people jumped on. So thank you so much. I love you guys. And yeah, see you soon. Bye.